So I got a question for you, honey.
Okay.
Can a marriage recover after infidelity?
That depends
That depends on what.
how strong the marriage is.
Well, how can you tell if your marriage is strong enough to even start down that path? I mean, sometimes people will say, well, you cheated on me, so we're done.
People cheat for several different reasons. One, in their relationship, they feel like that there's something that's missing. A man feels like his wife's not paying him enough attention.
Okay.
So therefore, another woman is going to pay him attention. So therefore, he feels it's okay that he can just go ahead and lie with that woman.
So when you say not giving him enough attention, it sounds like that's not just sexual attention.
Oh, that's not just sexual attention. It's more than just sex. People want to put it sex everything. No, it's more than just sex. I mean, in the relationship, the woman may not be paying the wife, may not be paying her husband the attention because she's got several different things that's going on.
Now, it's true. Every man wants to be a hero. He does.
Okay.
Whether he says it or not, he wants to be. In fact, his wife is the most important person to him in his life. And it's not that he's looking for hero worship. He just wants to be admired by his wife. Okay. And whenever that is missing and someone else is providing that, it's very easy for perhaps someone of weak mind, of weak heart, to be lured into a different direction. And men who have cheated and have remorse about it, they will say, yeah, I had a moment of weakness. I've had moments of weakness. And that's on me.
Okay.
Which kind of gets to the real point of how do you recover? How does a marriage recover from infidelity?
A lot of counseling.
A lot of counseling, but even all the counseling in the world will not overcome these two things.
And what two things are they?
First of all, the person who cheated, it's not always the man who cheats, right? Now, I do want to preclude this or preface this by saying none of these reasons, justifications, rationalizations, none of this is a pass as to, oh, well, it's excusable. Infidelity is never excusable.
It is not.
We can understand perhaps why it happened, but the person who did it has to take ownership of what they did. They cannot point the finger and say, well, she didn't do this or he didn't do that, so I went ahead and cheated. That's never good. In fact, that is a sign that it's not going to work out.
Exactly. You do not blame the next person. I mean, for anything. And you were saying?
Yeah, so it's not just, it goes far beyond an apology, right? The person who cheated can't just say, okay, yeah, I cheated, sorry. No. Is there remorse there? Is there a repentance there? Or is that person willing to turn away from that infidelity? Whether it be a one-night stand or even if it's a habitual thing, are they willing in their heart to turn away from it and take measures to make sure it never happens again?
Okay, hold on, because you said habitual thing. That definitely needs counseling because that person is having issues.
True.
If they feel like, even though they're married and they're married to the person because they just, if they may want to be married, but if they think it's okay just to keep cheating, that is a clinical problem. That goes beyond, you need counseling. Lots of it.
And well, if the person is saying, the person who cheated, if they're making justifications and rationalizations as to why they did it, then what they're really saying is, well, under those same circumstances, I'll do it again. Because that gave me the right. That gave me the right to cheat because I wasn't getting this out of the marriage. You never have the right to cheat on your spouse. Mm-hmm. So whenever someone has said, that's totally on me, that's my bad, I have to take ownership of the things that I did wrong. That is that is a major step. That has to happen for things to work out after infidelity. But there's another side to the coin.
And what is that?
Forgiveness. If the person who cheated is truly repentant and apologetic and remorseful and empathetic and everything that goes along with, honey, I know I hurt you. I know I did wrong. And it's beyond me to fully explain why this happened, but there was no excuse for it. But if the person has done all that, but the spouse who was cheated on, they still have the perspective of, well, I hear you, but I could never forgive you for that. That it's going to be a dark cloud that looms over the entire marriage. We can work on forgiveness.
Yes, but when you forgive somebody, that doesn't mean you keep doing it over and over and over again.
No. That's why that first part is so important. Repenting, I don't just mean repenting to God. That needs to be part of it too.
That is the main part. That is the part first.
But what I'm getting at, repenting is the act of turning away from that sin. It's not just acknowledging that you did it. It's saying, I am going to pivot away from it, and I'm just going to turn my back to what pulled me away. And I'm going to turn back to my spouse. I'm going to turn back to God. And I'm going to focus on these two most important people in my life, God and spouse. And I'm going to turn away from the things that I was doing wrong. So in what you just said, if someone is still habitually still going back, they apologize, but they keep doing it. No, they haven't turned away from it, right? And after that turning away, that sincere turning away, the spouse who was cheated on has to be able to forgive. That second part you can work on with counseling. So there are ways that we can get through this. It's not as tough as it sounds. It's not an easy road, but it's not an impossible road. And whenever you do get through it, we've seen so many marriages. We have seen so many marriages so strong today because they got over this hurdle, they got through it, they bonded even closer, and now they're thriving. If you would like that for yourselves, for your marriage, if you want to be able to bond like that with the person you've already considered to be your soulmate, contact us. Let's see what we can do together to save your marriage. I'm Rob Hollis.
I'm Winona Hollis.
We're here with my relationship experts with the intent, with the heart, to help you save your marriage.